they'll run competitions here where it's groups, and some won't even play with their partners, whereas others, like Darren and I, partnered up, and it was really good though, and you do alternate shots, but I've seen parts of the course I've never seen before, and because I played with Darren.
But we did have one rule in place which worked to be a good rule, and that was that instead of saying sorry if you hit a bad shot, it was just oh dear. So if you hit a bad shot, it was oh dear.
Hi everyone, we have thousands of community members here at Golf Journeys, but only a small handful of you are actual subscribers. So I would love to ask you a huge favour and see if you could possibly subscribe to this channel. It would mean a tremendous amount to us. It's free and it's actually simple. I would love to come and spend the day with you at your favourite course, so if you could possibly subscribe today, and I'll see you very soon. Well, hello and welcome to this edition of Tea Time. Joining me today is Kathy and Darren Neil from Heidelberg Golf Club, out here in the beautiful outskirts of leafy Melbourne. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah. You know, I was reading that the motto for the club is, it's just not about golf. Totally agree?
Oh, totally.
So tell me, what brought you to Heidelberg, or what made you join the club?
Well, I joined because of Darren. Darren actually just booked me in for a clinic here, and I didn't know anybody, and I rolled up. I'd just been for a walk in leggings. And
bearing in mind, Kathy had complained and hated golf for 30 years, and I wasn't even allowed to watch it on telly without having a fight. And all of a sudden I booked her into a clinic, and my son even looked at me and said, "Dad, what are you doing? This won't end well." And I said, "Just give it a try." And of course, then Kathy come down, joined a group of girls, and they all learnt to play, and together created a great environment, and they had a lot of fun. Vodka, lime and sodas after the game, and that goes back to your question about it's not all about golf. It was more the social side for Kathy.
Yeah, it was.
It's a beautiful course. You can see how, and I'm sure you get a workout there. Those hills look pretty hilly to me.
They're very hilly. And your ball doesn't like them.
Electric buggies needed.
Required. It's a must.
So your love affair, obviously, with golf started a long time ago. So how did that come about?
Mine was, my dad played in a social club where we played at different public courses once a month, and that was when I was about a long time ago, 10 or 11 years old. So I used to go and play with Dad, and that's how I started. And then didn't play for a long time. Found it difficult playing when the kids were younger, but once the kids got a bit older and out of sport, that's when I've really taken a bit more time into golf and enjoying it. Yeah. And then Kathy's joined up now as well. So.
And how do you go playing together?
Good.
Better than I thought we would, actually.
Yeah. Not bad.
The one that puts us under the pump a little is where we have alternate shots. And I reckon, I probably can't repeat the words Kathy says, but I'm always on the right-hand side of the fairway under the trees, whereas Kathy's always down the middle. So pretty graphic descriptions of my driving anyway. But we got through it, and we were still married at the end of it, so that was a positive.
Yeah, because they'll run competitions here where it's groups, and some won't even play with their partners, whereas others, like Darren and I, partnered up, and it was really good though, and you do alternate shots, but I've seen parts of the course I've never seen before, and because I played with Darren.
But we did have one rule in place which worked to be a good rule, and that was that instead of saying sorry if you hit a bad shot, it was just oh dear. So if you hit a bad shot, it was oh dear, and that helped.
That's how it went.
That's a really good idea, actually, because often I met a couple that they just wouldn't play together because he would try and coach her all the time, and I imagine that must be difficult if you want to play together. That must be quite frustrating, because it seems that the male seems to want to coach the female most of the time. Or do you think it goes both ways?
The danger is Kathy's going to get better than me because she's learned properly and had golf lessons and a good swing. So I'm in danger of thinking I won't say anything, she might get better.
But then you've got our daughter who's really good. She's getting really good, and she loves it.
I know, and tell me what happened a couple of weeks ago.
Last week we had our gala day, and she had a hole-in-one on the 17th. So exciting. She's only 23, and she's got a hole-in-one. She's the youngest here to ever have a hole-in-one.
What a
female.
fabulous day out, and also, you know, witnessing it. You were there to actually see it happen.
It was fantastic. We both just hugged each other, and then she went flying down to check to make sure it was in the hole. It was so good.
And I was on the other end of the phone after she got it, and I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. I was so pleased for her, but then I played for 40 years and never had a hole-in-one. So.
I know you hear of these people that go their entire golfing life, and there's people that have had 2, 3 holes in one.
Yeah, we've got a few of those at this club. They've had 2 or 3 holes.
Stretch the emotions.
Yeah.
It must be like being a Collingwood supporter, really. Isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's every emotion.
It's like it, yeah.
I was going to try not to talk about football for at least 5 minutes, but you know.
But immensely proud, like so proud to see her so excited and into golf. So it was good.
Yeah.
Good that she got it.
Yeah,
Well, that's the beauty of, isn't it? You know, you'd love for your kids to be able to play, because then you can. It's a family sport that you can, you know, in your 70s and your 80s, you can still be playing with your kids. I mean, there's not many sports that you can do that.
No. Our son, he's not a member here. Tamika's a member, but Liam's not. But Liam, he'll come like on a Sunday afternoon. We might book him in, and the 4 of us will just play 9 holes in the afternoon, and that's good. You know,
he's a footballer, and he says he's one knee injury away from becoming a golfer. So as soon as his
like
knees
that
give
analogy.
way, that's when he's going to come into golf. Yeah. And he will. He's 25, and I have no doubt in the next 2 or 3 years he'll join the club and we'll have family golf days.
Our fees will just get bigger.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, Darren, if you could describe Kathy's golf in one sentence, how would you describe it?
I was thinking one word actually, and it was just vanilla. She's very straight down the fairway. It wasn't me, that was a compliment. Because she's probably going to come out with a worse word for me. But that is. She's just a vanilla golfer and enjoys it. And I think for Kathy, it's not the golf, it's the social side and the fun of it as well. So there's no pressure on her score so much.
I don't worry about my score. I just think if I can better myself in something, like whether I can get out of a bunker in 1 shot versus 3, or if I'm putting, I'm getting closer to the hole versus I'm learning to read the greens, and they're very fast here. I think little things like that I go for more than, I don't really worry about the score. I just think if I'm hitting it straight and I'm learning more as I'm going.
Yeah, I think that's a really good advice.
Yeah, you can't look at the score because you're only up against yourself. So, you know, I don't look at it, I really don't. I just go, okay, I got out of that bunker in 1 go. It didn't take me 3 or 4.
Except if you're playing with me, you know if you're a few points in front of me. So, all of a sudden the score becomes important.
And what about Darren? How would you describe his game in 1 sentence?
Fast. Very fast. Darren's a very fast golfer, and he's fast is the thing. He
likes to get to that 19th hole.
Oh, but Darren will hit, and you're forever yelling out, Darren, because he's already walked right on, and you haven't even hit your shot. But he was in front of you when he hit his anyway, because even though he talks golf etiquette, he's not very good at, you know. He just says, oh, it's what's the word?
Ready golf. We play ready golf.
Ready golf is a good way to play.
We can get through Wednesday mornings in 3 3/4 hours, and so I'm used to that. So if I come out on a Sunday and they're all waiting for each other, I get a bit frustrated. But anyway, we find a compromise.
Yeah, you just go with it. But he's a very fast golfer.
Now tell me, I just think it's fascinating that you've got these wonderful, wonderful greenkeepers out here. I don't know any other club in Australia that actually hires or actually purchases goats as greenkeepers. Tell me about the goats.
They are amazing. We had so many, there was parts of this golf course that were covered in blackberries and really bad dense bush and mess and everything. They've just moved them around the course, and they've eaten all the blackberries. They've cleaned up all around the course, and areas like that you couldn't even see through, and they've all been cleaned up by the goats. Yeah,
they are amazing.
When you see them, they're little fatsos, but they're gorgeous.
Oh, I can't wait to meet them.
They're gorgeous.
And you actually, so are they sponsored? Like how does it work?
They had they bought 12 goats, and they had a naming of the goat night. So it was like you had dinner and drinks. And Tony Shaw, he's a member here, he decided that the easiest way we're going to do this and the quickest way, he said, is everybody stand up, and he said, now sit down if you won't pay $100 for a goat to name a goat. So, you know, so many sat down, so there was only like 15 of us left just standing. And Darren, he sat down, he's trying to drag me down. I'm like, no. And so then he said, now sit down if you won't pay $150 to name a thing. So then then 5 sat down, so there was only 10 of us left. And he said, right, you 10 get to name a goat. And he said, we need another 2. So he said, if another 2, I'm happy to do 2 if they'll stand up for $100. So then 2 stood up. So, and that's how it went. It was that quick.
Club raised some money and we got to name the goat.
Then we got to name the goat.
And who's your goat?
Our goat's name's Hugo.
Hugo. And does Hugo have much of a personality? Tell me about Hugo.
Yeah, he does. Chris Kelly, that looks after the goats, he always updates me on Hugo. He says he's probably the friendliest one. He said, and he always comes over for a brush because they brush them, and he said, and he loves being brushed, but he's very friendly and but yeah, we always check up on the goats.
But if they end up in the saucepan,
they're never going to end up on the
Oh no, we don't want to know.
No, they're not going to.
I've heard goat soup, goat stew, goat everything.
They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, and look how beautiful this course is. They're doing a remarkable
They
job.
are, and by the time they've finished one section, their time's moving on, they're ready for another section, so it's...
The funniest thing is with the goats is if they sometimes get out and they'll get rounded up by Chris Kelly, and he'll just carry a bucket of food and they all follow. It's like the Pied Piper, and they all just stick together, and they're amazing little personalities, haven't they? They're quite funny.
I
Goats
can't
are
wait to
funny.
meet them. I can't wait to meet them today.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah.
And wouldn't it be lovely if some other courses picked up that? I mean, blackberries, they're horrible, you know, to try. So difficult to get rid of. Sure. So what a great concept.
Well, I think
or an idea.
I overheard that Rosanna are looking to loan our goats.
You can
We'll
rent
there
them
for our
out.
rental, so we get a return on our $150. There you go. You can go to
on
work.
Hugo.
No,
So you might
good
end up
point.
with goat soup after all.
he won't. They're beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful.
Now, we've recently returned from Kenya. How did you enjoy the trip?
Loved it. Did we not? We
I'm a big fan of golf trips from here.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the group environment, and I was thinking
Yeah.
about the other day, like we went to Valpingo Ridge and flew in little planes, and then we got up in the morning, had breakfast, and then had a putt, and then played golf, and then a few beers, and then a group dinner. And I thought this was my idea of a holiday, and then got up and did it again the next day at the same course. It was just amazing. I'm a big fan of golf trips from here on in. So,
And that was your first Golf Journeys
correct. Yeah.
tour, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So what attracted you to that, to doing it in the first place?
What happened was we were going to go to Africa anyway, but it was last year, and something, they say your phone listens. Well, it came up. This Golf Journeys came up with golf and going to Africa. So I said to Darren, have a look at this. I got this on my email today. And so he looked into it and he asked a few people here about Mark, because you don't know if they're a scam or not because they're showing up on your phone. And they said, oh no, we know of Mark Hawley and it's legit and all this sort of thing, and he does do these. And somebody mentioned about the Vietnam tours he's done and stuff. We said, let's do it. So we decided to do it. And I absolutely loved it, and I thought the people were amazing. All the people we met, they were all really, really nice.
Yeah, well, I think you have, at one point when we were, we went into the slums and we were, with those families, like all of a sudden one day we're playing golf and then the next day we're on this cultural immersion tour.
Oh, yeah.
I felt that really touched a point in all of us, didn't it? It was
for
left
sure.
I think we were all quite teary, weren't we?
Yep.
Sure.
I mean, I still talk about it now, and there's a lady that shops with us, Robin, and she's got a bit of a disposable income, and she used to sponsor something, and then she stopped because she didn't like where it was heading. She thought it became too corporate and stuff like that. And then she was asking me all about my trip last week, and I told her about it, and she said, what was the name of that company that you went through? And I said, Mirror of Hope, and she said, okay. She said, I want to do it. So she's...
Sponsor.
Yeah, so I just took a photo of the brochure and I said, here you go, you work it out and you decide, you speak to the people. I said, but they were such a beautiful charity. Like, I don't know.
The trip integrated the tourism side with the golf really well, so you got to do both, and I think that's what I enjoyed about it. There was the golf 2 days, and then there was a bit of tourism at the Massamara, and then we had the add-on trips and that. I thought it was integrated really well, so you did both. You got to see the country, and then you also got to play golf and have some fun and a few drinks and make some friends.
Yeah, definitely. Great. And I think to have that, like the Maasai, I mean, we couldn't have written a better schedule or an itinerary. Who would have thought we would have gone out and set
all those things,
all those babies one day, and then it was like the big cats came out the following week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then eating the babies for food, which was
oh,
that
the
last
baby hippo
day,
getting eaten by I'll never forget the lion eating the baby hippo. It was amazing.
But I don't know. I just think, and the ballooning over, as you know, we weren't going to go until you said you'd done it, and then we got a bit of FOMO, and we went, okay, we're going. But that's another thing, you know. Mark didn't just sort of say, no, it's too bad, you had the option. He didn't. He looked into it and changed it and organised it so that, because there was a few others that wanted to jump onto it too, and then, and it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and I think that
bucket list things.
It absolutely. I mean, I don't know how many people I spoke to, particularly during the Maasai, and people were saying, it just every day you didn't want to miss out on a game drive because everyone would come back and say, "Oh, look what we saw!" And so there was serious FOMO going on every day, wasn't there?
Yep, there was, and that was us with the hot air ballooning. I said, I can, because they were all talking about, I can't wait. I said, we're going to do this hot air ballooning.
I think leading into the tour, my biggest fear was that I'm an 18 average golfer, an 18 handicapper, and I thought it might have been all great golfers, and I might have felt a little bit uncomfortable, but it was probably the opposite. I was one of the better golfers because it was just a social golf trip, not a competitive golf trip. And I thought that was a real plus for me. That was just fun because it wasn't the pressure on, there wasn't single-figure handicappers that were all at each other's throat every day. It was just a great, fun social game, and that's what I enjoyed. And that way, Kathy and I had a lot of fun together as well. And I wouldn't even tell you the scores. I wouldn't know. It was just fun being out there versus the competitiveness. And I'm a competitive person, but I enjoyed it being more fun than competitive. So.
I know. I think that side took over more so that it was social, it was fun, and that everybody just enjoyed playing with different people on different levels. It didn't. I mean, I'm a really high handicapper.
No, same here.
And we just were out there to really enjoy the scenery. I mean, how were those giraffes at Vipingo?
And who could forget the 5 girls from Albert Park?
Well, kind of stuck out. No. It was a fun trip. And so, what's the next bucket list trip? Do you think?
I think
the Japan one, but
we want to do Japan, but we missed out on Japan for next year. But that's our own missing it. But we'll probably do that the year after. But I think we're looking at the Thailand one.
Yeah,
we might do Thailand.
Yep, so much choice and so much fun.
Interesting concept though. Kathy had some friends say, let's do a holiday together, and you can only do so many holidays a year, so that was interesting. I said, I'd rather do a golf trip than go away with them. So
I know, isn't that funny? Because I find as well, like there was a time where you travel with your family and your friends and everything, whereas now it's like, no, I just want to go on golf trips. Like-minded.
I've got to tell you though, how well was it organised?
Yeah.
Right down to every little detail. And that's what I loved. Everything was taken care of you. It was just so well done.
Yeah, brilliant.
I did. We loved that side of it, didn't we? We said nothing was too hard, mate. It was so easy going. So poor him, I reckon he probably only had 2 hours sleep a night, didn't he?
Well, there were a few upset tummies, and there were a few
dealing with all of that.
It was like, only in Africa. You just got to be prepared. Anything can happen in Africa. But it's part of the journey. It's part of the fun, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But I really enjoyed it, and we really did.
Mm.
We've got to talk about Sagona. Like, remember that par 3?
The one where we had to get over the water.
Correct. I know. That was, I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like it.
No.
And it was like this peanut gallery. Everyone was just, like, it gathered this crowd of everyone trying to get over.
Yeah, everyone banked up there and watched each other's shots. It was a lot of
because
fun.
you had to get over that water, because if you didn't get over.
And if you ended up right, because I remember a few of us went right, and it takes you back
a lot more easily than it looked. So I was surprised. Like I thought it was an okay shot, and it ended up quite good. So just visually it looked more daunting than it actually was.
That's true. I mean, I think I made it over the water, but then on that first level, I ended up in a bunker. So I was in trouble. I'm thinking I would have been better off in the water than a bunker for me. You know?
No, well then there was the one where I hit it and you wouldn't have thought you had to get over this little bit of water. But no, bang, straight into that bit of water that was there. And
Yeah, and so picturesque, wasn't it? And the birds, the bird life.
I think if I was to choose out of all the courses, and I know Vapingo was beautiful because it had the animals and everything on it and all that, but picturesque-wise, Sagona wrapped rings around the others, I think.
I did, and I took that beautiful photograph of the two of you with the, I can't remember which hole it was on, but I thought, okay, your kids are going to be proud of me. Raquel's got a good shot of Mum and Dad.
Yeah, it was.
I'd go back to Valpingo Ridge because of Valentino, the giraffe.
The giraffe.
When we flew into those little planes and he come over to the fence to have a little pat. And I thought he was just beautiful. He
was quite the personality, Valentine, wasn't he?
Giraffe come up to you and actually want a pat, and it was amazing. So
so many memories. And so many more to have on golf journeys. How's that?
Hopefully.
I can't wait that we go on tour again.
You've
missed Japan this time, but next year, the year
we were
after.
silly. We were too slow with it.
That's right.
But let's go out and have a look at your course, and let's meet the goats, and and show me your favourite holes, and Now, if you had a choice of someone to play around with, can be anyone in the world, who would it be?
Adam Scott.
I actually would like to play with Donald Trump, and I'm not a Donald Trump fan, but I look at him out in the course and he'd be so great to sledge and get into his head because he's so emotional, and I think you'd have a great game with him.
Now, if you were both stranded on a desert island, there's a golf course, your clubs are already there, but what 3 other items would you send for?
Food, water, and more balls.
I'd have mobile phone because I use that for everything now, so I'd have to have mobile phone. A bolt of beer, because that's the best part of golf, is a schooner of beer afterwards, so I'd want that. And probably the third one is probably Kathy, my wife. I was saying to Raquel before, like when you're married and you go through bringing up the kids and everything, and I think in the last 2 years since Kathy's been playing golf, she's probably become more of a best friend and a wife as well. So I think the golf's really brought us together. So no, I'd have those 3 things.
And what a lovely, lovely afternoon we've had. Thank you so much.
Thank you, it was great.
And what's a summation of it all? My driving was terrible.
Well, please,
No, her putting's fantastic. 10 out of 10 for putting, especially on our greens.
Melbourne's weather was pretty good today.
It was very different from Kenya, wasn't it? You know, we were used to giraffes and zebras, but today we had the kangaroos and the goats.
That's right.
And the beer's a little bit different than the Kenyan beer as well. So
I'm so pleased that you've become part of our tea time sort of series.
Cool.
And we look forward to joining you on the next journey, whichever one that's going to be.
I'm sure we'll do another one. So.
Yeah, I'm thinking Thailand's probably our
your
closest,
birthday,
I think, We're 60, going to 60.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're both 60 next
And we're both trying to duck and not notice it, but...
Okay, well, note to self and to everyone out there, the big 60 next year. Have a great birthday, and we hope to see you on a Golf Journeys trip.
You will.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.
Enjoy the day.
Thank you. Thanks very much.